Kicker Chris Boswell has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line. Great. King, Phil King.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
On first down, Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at the Steeler defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah.
Here's a diving catch right side. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. On first and 10, it's Swift. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd down and 6 now. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Hurts. Throw's going to be incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Play action. Here's Hurts rolling to his right. His pass caught at the 4. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 25-yard line. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. He's got his target. That's complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Pickett. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 21. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Pickett back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Had Freiermuth the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Pickett. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Hurts. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chase Lucas. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
A strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
First down, and they go back to Harris.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Brought down that time by Nolan Smith. The Steelers had 1-14 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Davis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Eagles 3.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. They're going to look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they're throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peak to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Harris running straight ahead. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Pickett changing the play. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Looking to throw. Pickett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And he fends him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Chase Lucas. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And some strong running. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 17-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Jamal Agnew now to return it. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go play action with Hurts. He finds his man complete. It's Frazier. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Frazier. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sterling Shepard, 61 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he bangs it through. It makes it a 17-13 ball game.
Steelers 17, Eagles 13. Jake Elliott kicking.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Pickett. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give them a good 10 yards on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Here's a toss play right to Swift. And he'll work down inside the 45.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago. And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He couldn't escape the pressure, and they go backwards in a big way there on the sack. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the 1st. We'll see what they've drawn up. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Agnew now to return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's 2nd and 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 34 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 4th quarter lead. Quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they're always talking about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Pickett. He finds his man, complete. It's Saunders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ballgame, and he's got a 1st down. They hand this off to Harris to about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Jordan Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now a hit and a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run here with Swift.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers are right back in this football game.
Yet another interception. I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try it too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here comes 2nd down.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8.
That's a gain of 5.
Pickett to throw.
He finds his man complete. That's Saunders. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Here's Pickett.
And he rifles one incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On second down, this is Harris.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Go!
80 seconds remain. 2nd and 10. Pickett. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Looking to throw here. Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Steelers are going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Down to a knee goes Hurts, and that is going to be that. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing